You are listening to the Soul Qurators podcast, where we get into the funk and soul of things. It's all about good conversations about music. So come join us.
Welcome back to the Soul Qurators podcast. I did it like Don Cornelius. Soul Qurators podcast. We are back, y'all, for season 4 again. We were saying season 3 all last episode. We had to get it back right. Shout out to Mr. LP. But welcome back to the Soul Qurators podcast, y'all. We are glad to be back. It's your boy, your cousin, your big uncle, Mr. Goodbar here. And I am with the family, the team, the crew, the posse, the entourage, yes. Everything, the bosses. Shout out to Miss Christina Curates in the house. What's up, ma'am?
Good evening. How y'all doing?
How them Jags doing? Answer me that. How them Jags doing?
Well, they won today.
Okay.
So. But the Rattlers are foolish.
Bruh, listen. We're gonna have to come back to that.
We'll talk about that.
We got to come back to that. Shout out to my brother Soup's Kitchen in the building. What up? What up?
Yo, what's going on?
Man, listen. It's we still adulting is some boring shit. It's some whack shit, bro. That's what it is, man. Adulting is some whack shit. It's cool at times, but it's whack, bro. It's whack.
It really is. I agree.
I see you getting your office together, bro. How's it's still housewarming season?
I'm trying hard. I got a new desk, new situation, so I got a little bit more room behind me. So yeah, I'm trying.
So you got your DJ set up? You got your turntables and all that set up?
No.
I'm leaning in. We're gonna lean into that.
You know what? I'm thinking about getting a set. I'm thinking about getting one at like the cheap set and learning how to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Good to see everybody. Shout out to Mr. Alpete, of course. Shout out to the whole MPN Network. Sis, what are we gonna do about these Rattlers, bro? What are we gonna do about these Rattlers?
Fire the coach and get these boys discipline, because that's what they're lacking.
So for those who are not, you should probably be aware if you're here already. You already know Christine and myself are Rattlers, and we're having a hard time because our football team is just not footballing like football should be footballing. It's just looking terrible. And I'm seeing pictures of the OG alumni in the stands. Face is tight.
It's already hot in the stands, so it's like, yeah, we got to suffer through this.
Right. Oh, shout out to Mr. LP for reminding me. Did you hear the comment that the announcer made about the Ozempic spot? Ozempic, what did he say?
He said, well, okay, so Alabama State dancers have traditionally been, in the last couple of years, they've highlighted women that are over a certain amount of pounds, right? And they can dance their asses off. There's shout out to them. But Joe Bullard has got to be about 70. Decided to, I guess the girls are not as big as they have been. So he's like, they are the post children or something for Ozempic. And just like, what is wrong with you? Like, what? I mean, granted, HBCU culture, we give digs at each other. We go at it. There are groups that are just like off the chain.
Not like that,
but
though.
in that moment when those women are actually performing, it was just out of line. So I hope that he does.
Does he get a pass having dementia?
I hope that he does at least apologize. The presidents have both can't come out and said their piece. And I hope that he just comes and apologizes for that, because it's just no room for that. We get enough bullshit amongst, from the other side for us to be doing stuff like that. So, and hopefully they'll squash it, because it's like, okay, let's move on. Apologize and move on.
That was a wild statement.
And it's even worse because we got our ass whooped. So, like, it was all bad. It was all bad. So, on behalf of... You guys said
the quarterback for Alabama State is supposed to be really, really good. According to Christopher, he's, the football person in the between the two of us. But I'm like, we still suck.
Yeah, it's trash. So listen, Alabama State, on behalf of us Rattlers here, we listen. Our apologies. We love y'all. We HBCU forever. We ain't with all that weird stuff. That was corny. That was super corny. But yeah, listen. We are here. We want to lighten this up with music. This is what we all about. We got a whole lot we didn't get to in our hiatus, and then we were busy with a lot of different things. And then we got Zoe. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode with Zoe. I know for a fact that you have not heard an interview that in depth with Zoe. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm just gonna stand on it. I'm just gonna stand on it. So
and shout out to those and those that attended the playlist retreat this year. We saw pictures and videos. I love to see a lot of people. I love to see the different the people that we listen to, and some of the ones like, oh, okay, so that's who that is. It's just good to see like good performers, good producers, good rappers, all that stuff get together and, are able to just be with their people, So shout out to them.
One thing I want to know about the playlist, I want to know how many albums come out of the playlist after the fact. So, we're going to talk about one of the albums that I'm guessing came out of last year's playlist. So I'm just wondering, have they changed their format on their albums? Because remember, the first time they did the playlist, it was a Glenn Lewis project. And then after, I think they were supposed to do somebody else. And then but I'm just starting to wonder, all these collabs, you start to see people you never thought would be working together. But then after you see the playlist and you see them take pictures, now they're on each other's albums, stuff like that. So now I'm really curious to know how many albums have come out of these playlist sessions. How many songs have been put on albums out of these playlist sessions? So I'm really curious now. I really want to talk to Jazzy Jeff and know what song was on an album that was created because you hosted the playlist. Now I really want to know those type of things.
And these are the questions that the Soul Curators will ask when we are invited to the playlist, and we can do our panel and our whole setup and panel and interview all of the instrumentalists, the artists, everybody, the DJs. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of ego.
Listen, we operate in the spirit of speaking stuff into existence. So when 2026 playlists come down, and y'all we just need a day. We just need a day. Just give us one day, maybe even an afternoon. Just give us a little set. We could set it up on some Donnie Simpson type shit. Have, just the Soul Curators there interviewing artists and DJs and producers and everybody. And, you know what I'm saying? Get the whole layout. We could do a whole little show. So we ready, DJ Jazzy Jeff. Whenever you are ready, we will clear our schedules because I'm jealous. I want to be there. It looked like a dope moment.
And the food.
I think I don't know. What'd you say?
I said the food look amazing too.
I think I know that wasn't the first. They did the playlist retreat, and I'm curious, like you said, to know what was the idea or who thought of it. I guess Jazzy Jeff did, but the fact that they were able to take 7 days and put that album out in 7 days, and we saw the process, right? Mm-hmm. We saw the background. We saw them. I mean, it was just a beautiful thing to me. And I'm hoping that, I'm sure that was a lot because it was probably a lot involved in having to do that. But yeah, that was a dope experience
the first playlist that they did?
No, the first. So you're saying the first playlist? You're talking about the actual album?
No, their first meeting, the first playlist meeting.
First meeting was before that album was brought out. They did right. So I'm talking about the album that they did for 7 days. They did the entire album in 7 days.
Right.
With Glenn Lewis.
Jazzy Jeff was the one who stated he was he wanted to die empty. I just remember that. I remember him sitting in the chair and he was talking about dying empty. He was and the goal is to just make this music and put it out. And that was the first I've ever seen of something like that. It was they came together 7 days, mixed, mastered an album. they all came empty. Like they came and then they created as the first 2 days they started creating and then they started recording an album. And I was just like, that was amazing to me. Like I thought that was like the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
And since we operate in the science of manifestation, we're going to make sure that when we get DJ Jazzy Jeff on the Soul Curators, we are going to sit down and make sure that we have a very thorough question session about the playlist specifically. I can't wait for it. We're just going to talk all these great things into existence. That's just going to happen. I believe it. I truly believe it.
And shout out to Eric Roberson, because I know he wasn't the only one, obviously, but he played a big role in the writing of that as well. I just know that he had played a really big part.
Absolutely. So before we jump into some new music and some singles and some of the other great things we always do, we got to take a moment to wish a happy heavenly birthday to a legend in hip hop, a legend in music culture, in business and production, and a style icon himself, the legendary DJ Clark Kent, who passed away October 24th. His birthday was September 28th. So we want to salute the legendary DJ Clark Kent. And what do you guys think about just the impact that Clark Kent has had on culture and style and music and all of the artists that he's introduced us to and brought to the lexicon?
So I was blessed to be able to see the originals, Clark Kent, D Nice, Rich Medina, two others. I can't think of their names.
Who? It was Stretch Armstrong. Was it Stretch Armstrong?
Yes. And Tony. Anyway, I saw them in Miami. Yes. DJ, and it was so amazing to see all of them DJ at that one night, and it's the fact that they are just so different, but yet it was amazing. So I was so happy to catch, and this was before D Nice, blew up or whatever, but I was so happy to catch them. But it was a tragic loss, because I'm sure his close people, were around him, and I saw a picture actually that the playlist posted, and you could see, he was somewhat frail in his stature or whatever. But it's unfortunate. And he, like you said, he's been very, very important to hip hop. If you are a hip hop head and you don't know who he is, then shame on you, because I know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since we were talking about that, if you notice, I'm rocking this Black Panther hat today. We would definitely want to make sure we salute the memory of the legendary Assata Shakur, who we just recently lost. Revolutionary, author, just a pioneer for the rights of Black people, period, and all disenfranchised folks. So we just recently lost her. So we definitely want to make sure we take a moment to salute her for a life well lived, a fight well fought. And we have to make sure that we pass these recipes down to our kids and to the generations after us to let them know who she is. She's not just Tupac's godmother. She's way more than just that. So rest in peace to Assata Shakur.
Yes, indeed.
That's what's up. So let's get into some music. Let's get to it, y'all. So I know you guys have some singles that have been you've been living with and you want to share with the audience. So I'm going to turn it over to the lady, Miss Christina Curates. What single has you in a chokehold right now?
Oh, chokehold. Well, some of my chokehold singles are not new, but I will say that Misha just released a single with Cocabona and Kadeem Tyrell. It's called Jomo. And Misha is doing his thing with the production. But in the production during the last few years. So that came out Friday, so that's been on repeat. I will say that I'm surprised to see that Mariah Carey has a new album. I haven't listened to it yet, but
I haven't either.
We're gonna let it. I might listen to it just to see what she's talking about. But I saw someone who
didn't Anderson Paak have something to do with that?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I saw someone who I trust his ear, and he said that it sounded like it was some songs that we had heard before. So, but I'm gonna take a listen.
See, on that note, let me tell you about this. The last Mariah Carey album I listened to in its entirety was the Butterfly album. And I'm going to tell you why. Because she duped me because she got that song with the locks on it. So I figured she has it on that album. She has that song with the locks. And then she has a song with Dru Hill on that album. Two groups I love. So I'm like, okay, let me see what she at. She's tapping into what I'm on. Let me see what she at. Not a bad album, but it wasn't for me, but those songs I like. So now she's doing the same thing. Now you got Anderson .Paak on it. You got other people that I'm like, I'm already listening to and I'm already tuned into. And I'm like, So I'm going to give it a listen. I'm going to give it a fair listen because she is a legend. And, you know, it's Mariah Carey. Like, you got to give her a little bit of grace, even if it hasn't never been your steez. But I am side-eyeing a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Go get them, Soups. I know where we ain't had that hand up in a minute.
I confess time for me. I've never listened to a full Mariah Carey album, and I'm not gonna start today. I'm not gonna start today either. So,
what? Okay, here's a better question. What would she have to do to get your attention to sit down and really just rock with one whole Mariah Carey album? What would she have to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a Mariah Carey fan. I don't know. It's no disrespect. It's not like, I'm not saying she can't sing or nothing like that or nothing. It just don't resonate with me. Like, I don't know.
The reason I asked that question is because the things that will make me listen to it, she's doing. Like by standing next to people that I mess with. Okay, like Anderson don't make no whack stuff. Like, he's always on point. So I can see why you want to stand next to him. So I'm trying to see. Let me see what he on. When you take an artist that I trust and you stand next to them, I'm gonna listen to your stuff because I trust them. So, that's fine.
So when Young Thug stand next to Anderson .Paak, you gonna listen to him say nigga 50 times?
I would trust that Anderson wouldn't stand next to him on a song like that. But I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna check it out. Just because I want to see what he do on it, you know.
I can't.
So what can you listen to, Suze? What singles got your attention right now?
Well, right now, this is Drewbyrd and Gwenn Bunn Apologize. It's like a house movement. That's been on repeat since it dropped. I think it dropped Friday. It's been on repeat since it dropped. Gwenn Bunn sounds amazing. Anything Gwenn Bunn touches, I'm like, let me listen to it. But it's a nice smooth. Y'all, if you heard it, you'll know. Like, it's just one of them ones. Like, it's a good one. It's on constant repeat.
That's a fact. Well, for me, the single that's kind of caught my attention is CARRTOONS' "Labor of Love." It's featuring Halle Supreme. When it first came on, I was like, this don't sound like something I would normally want to hear a lot, but I found myself wanting to hear it a lot. CARRTOONS is an artist, like we mentioned before, that I trust. So I rocked with it. I'm like Christina often says, you got to grow with the artists as they grow. And if they take you somewhere, sometimes you just got to go with them. You never know what you like until you try it. And I like it. I found myself liking it and running it back a lot. So that's what has had my attention.
I like him. And he did a song with CARRTOONS on the other Spaceships. Is that what it is? Before. So I felt like the CARRTOONS album was heavy on the hip hop side. I mean, I'm not saying it was, his other stuff is not, but there were a lot of features that, and some of them were, okay, so I'm being introduced to some of these artists. But of course, Ray Khalil was on there. She did a rap song. She was rapping. And of course, Tightrope with Fonte. Oh, okay. Tightrope with Fonte, Topaz Jones, and Be My Fiasco is a really good one on that CARRTOONS album.
Yep.
So I would definitely give a listen to it if you haven't heard the new CARRTOONS album. What about? So you said your single was.
I like Tightrope too. Tightrope because it got our people on it, so of course I'm gonna go and gravitate to that. But I found Labor of Love surprised me that I liked it as much because it's not really my, like I said on first listen, I was like, okay, this is a little different, but then I just rock with it. So yeah, that's the one I would say I would stand out and I would direct people to. I mean, I know, you know what you're gonna get when you got Be My Fonte around. Like you kind of know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get, and it's always gonna be, it's always gonna be on point. So I like that little. It was a spice for me that I needed. It was a different spice, so I mess with it a lot. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go. No, I was going to ask.
I was going to give Soups his credit because he introduced CARRTOONS to my whole life. So because I was aware of him, but I wasn't like on him like that until I saw how Soups was on it and he put us on, and I've been on it ever since. So
the two producer type guys from the 90s that always have to say about R&B produced Ari Lennox new single Vacancy. Did you guys have a chance to listen to it?
Yeah, I heard a snippet of it. I haven't sat through it, but the snippet I like. I know I'm gonna like that.
So I heard a little bit of it. I actually saw a video on Instagram, but I need to, like you said, sit through it and listen to it a couple of times. I'm rooting for her because I like her. Some of the last couple of songs that she did, I wasn't really a big fan of, but I'm hoping that this one is good, especially with all the shit they talk about.
That's a fact.
R&B is dead.
That's a fact. Yeah, they heard us talking. They
better hear somebody talking because they be the ones talking the junk, and it's like y'all can actually be the ones to bridge the gap between what you want to hear and what's out. But anyway, that's
right. And you mentioned some producers that we herald that kind of carried the 90s to a degree and kind of ushered in the era of R&B that we grew up with. And there's one that has kind of put me in a predicament, and I wanted to kind of raise this conversation with you guys because I ain't really got nobody else to talk to about it but y'all. So I never thought in a million years that I would be in agreement with Damian Hall of Guy, but here I am. I never thought I'd be that way because he has said in the past some of the most outlandish stuff in regards to their stature or their place in music, but this time I'm 100% in agreement with him. So a snippet came out, and again, I don't know, this is all alleged, I don't know how valid this song is, but a snippet came out on social media of somebody on a phone call with the legendary Teddy Riley, or listening to a voicemail or something from Teddy Riley, the legendary Teddy Riley. And apparently he was introducing a new song called Baby Daddy by what he pronounced as GUY 2.0. As we know, that's Guy 2.0. And Damian Hall went off on social media about it. It's a long thread. I don't want to read it all, but you can go back and look. If you're on social media, you can check his social media page. I don't know what it is. It's just Damian Hall. But he basically is stating in a nutshell that there's no Guy without Aaron Hall and Damian Hall. It's just not Guy. That's just something else. And so calling a group Guy 2.0 is kind of disrespectful. And I found me in my get off my lawn brain, I actually agree with him. I'm like, why? What? So I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it. And if you heard the snippet, what you thought. I really hate it. I hate the snippet. I hope the song is not everything that I heard, but I hate the title. I hate the way it sounds. Like, it's just not, that's not it. What you guys think about that?
Okay, so let's be honest. Teddy Riley is a legend in itself for what he did, contributed to the 90s, New Jack Swing. But when was the last time he actually produced some good music? I'm just curious.
And to that point, I thought about that. So it's either the last big hit I think he had, it had to either be Remember the Time or something with Blackstreet. That's the only thing I remember. Okay.
So what I heard sounded really bad. I don't know who is singing. I'm hoping that he's not doing his little auto-tune thing, but it didn't sound good. So whoever he's talking to get an opinion, and maybe he's not talking to anybody. Maybe he's just like, I'm the greatest, so let me come out with something. But it don't sound good.
Supa, I can't wait to hear you.
I didn't hear it, but I mean, calling the group a new group 2.0 when you ain't even like, are they? Aaron Hall and Damien, they still here, right?
I just saw them in concert a couple years ago. Yeah.
So like, I don't understand why you can't bring them back and do something. And again, like, Teddy Riley hasn't done anything except for verses. So it's like, that's what we know him. That's what a lot of people know him for, is verses. Like, standing there trying to get the shit to work. But other than that, like, I ain't really checking on the Teddy Riley production right now. I'm not. And maybe he did something with Ari Lennox and Jermaine Dupri at one point. Maybe. I don't know.
I'll have to research that.
Maybe I'm okay. Just shooting. I'm trying to give him something. I don't know, Lucky Guy. I don't know, like Lucky Day or whatever. I don't know if he's worked with any of those guys or anything like that. But I mean, it just kind of. I don't think we should be doing that type of stuff. These legendary producers is hurting. They going down bad.
Like imagine if Babyface came out and said, "Hey, yo, I'm putting out a group called The Deal Part 2." Like, yeah. What?
And honestly, he's the only one that's trying to bridge the gap. Well, not the only one, but he's one of the few that's trying to bridge the gap with the new artists, because he came out with that duet album with the ladies or whatever.
Right,
I do see the title, and I see there's a song, D Nice Presents Tonight. I'm not sure if it's an old song or not, but it came out. It's 2025, but it's Estelle, Eric Sermon, Teddy Riley, and Akon. I'm not sure. I'll take a listen to it later, just to see if it's something new. But Teddy Riley is really, like you said, they were just on tour together. So I understand, groups have beef, but come on, man.
I mean, do we know who's actually in the group? Is Aaron Hall there and Damian Hall not? Yeah.
Nah, you would have heard blasting his voice. You would have known it was him.
So you can't do that.
Can't do that. I feel like you got to be careful with your legacy. If you've been blessed to be in the game, as long as these people have been in the game, you have to be careful with how you handle your legacy. And when you do stuff like that, it makes people look at you weird. Now, I know some, the newer generations who aren't familiar with your music might not even care. But the fans that are populating these shows that you're coming out with and doing, ain't no 20-year-olds going to see Guy. It's all 40, 50, 30, 60-year-olds. We're all for the time period that you grew up. So why would you do something that would negate the legacy that they are aware of? I don't want to. That's kind of like, and this is not as bad, but I don't know if you know, Intro is coming back out with the new lead singer. It's Teo who used to be with Dru Hill. And Teo is an amazing singer. So they have to be very careful with how they come out with him singing Jeff's parts in these songs, because like he had an amazing voice and nobody sounded like him when they were out. So you got to be careful with how you handle that legacy, because they're not doing new music. They just have him on so they can do shows and get their show money. So you got to be careful with your legacy, and you can't just be making moves all kind of willy-nilly. And this guy he's already proven that he can create groups. He created Blackstreet. You can create a new group. Like, you can do it. You've done it before. So why would you try to do that again? That's just weird.
But you got to think of the mindset of these people. Like, they think that they're innovators, and they are. When you've been told that you've been an innovator all this time, you think what you're doing today is going to be innovative. So what he think it's something that we're gonna gravitate to, and especially the younger people. If he's got younger singers doing this, if he's just I don't know, maybe I'm just guessing. Maybe he doesn't want to change the name, but he's just creating Guy 2.0 and using newer singers, like using a new generation of singers and just saying, the same formula that I use for Guy is the same formula I'm gonna use for this group, and I'm just inserting new singers and continuing the legacy from what I've done. And maybe that's the mindset that he's trying to go with, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
See, they tried, but they tried that with Shalimar. That may be before a lot of people's time. They tried that with Shalimar, and it did not work because the brand itself is more tied to the people who made it the brand. So I don't know. It's
you got Teddy Riley who think he a genius, and he can make anything work. So maybe that's his thought process, was this Guy 2.0.
My suggestion for all of the elder statesmen and creative spaces, try to find somebody, number one, who's very grounded in your legacy and in your history, and try to find also somebody who's young, because they will keep you from making mistakes like that. I think Guy 2.0 is a mistake, and I'm somebody who I was a child when Guy came out, and I grew up with them. So this is a mistake. I don't want to hear Guy 2.0. If Teddy Riley has a new group coming out, I want to hear the new group that Teddy Riley's coming out with. I don't want to hear Guy 2.0. When it's Guy, I want to hear Aaron Hall hollering and cursing at a woman, and Damien dancing like he can dance or acting like he can sing. I want that. That's Guy for me. That's like. I would never do it, and you have to respect the fact that they've lasted as long. Imagine New Edition with 6 other people. What? Like, that's not New Edition. That's 6 random niggas. Like, come on.
So Drew Hill. Right now.
And I would, you know what? And I would give Drew Hill grace. Because if you think about it, the only member of Drew Hill that's not with them no more is Woody. Everybody else is still with them.
Yeah, but they keep adding niggas.
But look who they added though.
But it's not. They adding them, but it's not like you disrespect your members by adding them. They are all okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they added player. Like I'm always whatever player doing, I'm with. So,
yeah, that's true.
Rest in peace to Stack Major. So look, we were talking about music. What new music have you guys been? Did you guys want to either highlight or talk about, or that you've been enjoying? Anything new that's come out that got your attention?
Well, we did say the new single that we talked about already. We talked about that.
Ain't no new albums? Right? No new albums is out that you?
Well,
other than that,
I got a new album.
Let's go.
And that D Smoke, that new D Smoke.
Yeah,
it's called Wake Up Supa. And I didn't even know it dropped when it came out. So I think I was a week late on it. But that has been a constant rotation. He's got some songs with Jay Hancock. I think he's got one with, I think Lucky Day, maybe? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's called Frequency, but like that.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Like D Smoke from top to bottom on his album is probably some of his best work. This is probably his best work. And I think that's pretty dope. Who else? He dropped her joint. Mobb Deep dropped something. So it's a whole lot of hip hop that's been dropped. The Mobb Deep Against the World is probably one of the dopest songs that I've heard in a long time. And then Rapsody's Daddy's Girl with Madlib dropped on streaming. That was incredible. So yeah, it's a whole lot of music, man.
Stoop stole my
going back
my
to
rap.
D Smoke.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Christina.
Going back to D Smoke, he got the last song on the album with PJ Morton and Tiffany Goucher is really good. So good, it's really good. So it's a pretty solid album.
Stoop stole my my Rapsody album. I was definitely going to talk about the Madlib project she did. I love when people and artists just duck off and do something with Madlib on the low. I love that. But a project that I've been on. The Hue have finally released their long-awaited EP. It's called the Colored Only. It's produced heavily by Georgia Ann Muldrow, and we are pushing the new single. The new single is called Sun Ra, aka Mercury. So we've been playing a few of the joints on the Remedy and around the city, but yeah, it's finally out, and I am happy to hear it. It's really dope and long awaited, but very well worth the wait. And I encourage everybody to check it out. I'm going to point you out to Sun Ra and the other single I love. You probably have all heard it, called Media Social. That's been going around for about a year or two now. So shout out to the Hue. That project is really dope.
Cool.
But yeah. So that's it for new music. Did we have anything else? Because I know you're going to have another one, Soups.
There's one more. Iman Europe. I don't know if y'all was into her.
Yes.
Yeah, we.
Keelan Ellis drop. And that has been on like heavy rotation. Along with Shay Noir. Shay Noir and the other guys. I'm meant to mention that first. But Shay Noir and the other guys, I think what Shay Noir is doing, how she's consistently dropping music, but also picking some of the dopest producers to work with. Her working with the other guys, that sound is incredible. That is a perfect album. I would like to put that into the contender for album of the year. For me, that's up there. It's the Clips, Shay Noir, D Smoke, Nick Grant. Like those are some of my favorite albums of the year. And yeah, Shay Noir got one.
Shout out to Charlene. Charlene dropped a new single. That's Tweet for y'all. I call her Charlene because I just feel personally connected to Charlotte Tweet because I love Tweet. She has a new single out called Toot Toot. So I'm always happy to hear Tweet music. I think she has one of the most underrated voices in R&B, period. I don't think people understand she will sing anybody under a table, and she's dope live, and she has an incredible library of music. So I'm so excited that she's coming back. And congratulations to her. I think her daughter got married not too long ago. So, yeah, salute to their family and all of that. But yeah, new Tweet coming out. I can't wait.
Sid has a new song out. And I did see where, of course, when TMZ say it, it's legit, right? Where they're working on the internet album. I'm not sure when that'll come out, but glad to hear that.
Steve's supposed to be the lead on this one.
Yeah, Steve's supposed to be leading a lot on this song, on this album too, which I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with, because the last single they put out that he led is probably my favorite internet song of all time. Man. Yeah.
We'll see. I would interested to hear their growth, especially with them doing their projects of their own, just to see how they cohesively together. So I'm excited about that part.
So I'm trying to get to Camp Flog Now. I need them to drop this. I needed them to drop this project before Camp Flog Now next November. So hopefully they'll be able to perform it if I go. If they perform it, I'm gonna try to go for real. We back to festival time. I'm ready to get back on these airplanes and go see these shows, because they taxing. If you're going to see an artist right now, just one artist, they taxing you. So you may as well just go ahead and pay a bunch and go see everybody at one time. Like,
Leon Thomas is coming to Atlanta, and he's going to be here for One Music Fest, but I'm not doing the festivals. Y'all can have it. I'm sorry. But he's coming in November, and tickets are already just off the chain. Yeah. Too expensive. $.
He coming to the H, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to just catch him later. Like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then just past weekend, Freddie Gibbs was in Houston, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to go see Gangsta Gibb. Him and the Alchemist. Them tickets was like, yo, put your mortgage up, homie. I'm like, bro.
Great. I am going to see Noir.
My fault. I just got lucky. I got to go see Bodie James for free.
I was Boldy. That was the Boldy show.
It was pretty cool. I ain't never seen him perform live, so like it was cool. But like the tickets, like they taxing for tickets like to go see Bodie. I was just like, man, this is crazy. But luckily, I mean, it was at an event. It was at a venue I'm normally at, so I had to go in. But shows like that, I got to see somebody named from here. is Eli the Don. Eli the Don is about to be one of the dopest MCs that's coming out, and it's gonna be incredible. So like, be on the lookout for him. But like, going to shows, like I hate that they taxing so bad on these shows because you don't get to discover artists like that no more. So it's like these tickets is like $200, $300, and you're not getting the local artists coming to open up. You know, you gonna get a DJ and they just gonna play a whole bunch of music, but you don't really get to discover an artist no more. So like, they killing us with these tickets, and you're not really getting nothing out of it.
That's a fact. I think as long as I can physically endure a festival setting, I'm going to continue to do that, because I feel like for the value that I get out of the money I'm spending, it's not even close. I'm spending what I would spend for 2 shows. I get to see 2 or 3 days of artists, and that's out of the world for me. I love that. So even if it's, and like to Soup's point, I'm gonna see artists that I have no idea who they are, but when they leave, I'm gonna be connected to them. That's why I love festivals. There's so many artists that I've seen at festival. I had no idea who they were, but as soon as they perform it, I'm pulling out my phone to follow them and get their music and support them, because there's some really great people out there making dope music if you're really looking for it. So yeah, but I don't know, man. I got bills, bro. I can't be paying $200-$300 to go see one artist. I ain't gonna be able to do it, man.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, man, it's a lot of dope music. We encourage everybody to follow up. We'll put the links up to the names of the artists and the albums that we suggest that you guys check out. Speaking of artists, I think I just want to show love to, we do our t-shirt segment. Y'all know how we do that, and I'm gonna circle back and we're gonna keep it H-Town. You know what I'm saying? I got, who the fuck is Robert Glasper? Now, for those who are not familiar with the context of this shirt, I don't remember what it was. I think it was the Grammys or something. And Robert Glasper won an award in the same category that Chris Brown was in. And so Chris Brown went on Instagram and posted, "Who the fuck is Robert Glasper?" And Robert, in his genius mind, immediately printed up shirts that say, "Who the fuck is Robert Glasper?" And I had to have it. So shout out to H-Town on Robert Glasper. Christina, what you rocking?
I'm rocking, shout out to Zoe. I read liner notes.
Oh, now you wear the Zoe shirt.
Yeah, I have so many of them till I'm like, I don't know what I had on the time he was with us, but I do have his merch in the back. So,
yeah.
Rob, I'm praying that he's coming out with Black Radio, because I know I saw Shay University online that he was in her inbox. I'm thinking like, ooh,
yeah.
Hope that's good news for us.
Absolutely. What about you, Soups?
I am rocking a hoodie. Black women are for grown-ups. It's from Steve. Me and her went to school together. She's a dope poet. She lives in New Orleans now. But I'm rocking her merch. Black women are for grown-ups, and I rock it with pride. Like it's a dope hoodie for me.
Bro, I'm gonna need the link to that. I need one of them. That's hard. That's hard. I especially love to wear shirts like that in mixed company, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. The looks you get, that was incredible. Good.
Real dope. I love that. Shout out to Zoe, man. Thank you for kicking it with us last episode. That was real dope, man. Please go back if you guys have not checked out our interview with Zoe. Go run that up. Y'all and go, of course, make sure you go to the Soul Qurators SoundCloud page. We do have a mix up dedicated to Zoe with some of his and our favorite songs, standout songs, and a couple of the songs we mentioned in the interview. So please make sure you check that out. Christina, would you please let everybody know how they can stay connected with you, what you got going on, what's happening, where they can find you when you outside, all that good stuff.
So you can follow me on Instagram, Miss Christina Curates, and I also do my mixes on the MPN Radio on Fridays, Soul City Radio on Saturdays, and on Sundays, The Sound of Duval. Mixes all over the place, and I'm going to see No Worries on Thursday, so that should be good.
Oh, that's going to be dope. Mr. Soup's Kitchen, would you please let everybody know how they can stay connected with you and all that you have going on, sir?
All right, so you can get me Soup's Kitchen right there. Right. Yeah, Soup's Kitchen, everything. I'm on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, for playlists and content stuff. And then you can get me on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, whatever. You can get me on all that stuff, Soup's Kitchen. Yeah, that's it.
That's what's up. Before I get to me, I want to shout out Mr. Al Pete and shout out his recent event. He did the neighborhood show live just recently, and he shared some of the footage with us on social media. Of course, go back and check that out. Definitely an event I would love to attend, and not gonna lie, bro, definitely an event I would love to spend. That looked like a very intimate and wonderful energy and spirit in that building, and you created a vibe, sir. So salute to you. I thought that was real dope. Thank you for sharing that with us, and we got to pull up on that. I would love to see that live and be part of that. So salute to you. My name is Mr. Goodbar. I'm based in Houston, Texas. You can catch me everything The Remedy Radio. That is my flagship. That is my home. That is the heart that I have. Every Saturday, KPFT 90.1 FM from 6 to 8 p.m. We play all of these joints that some of what we talk about, some of the other stuff that I'm just feeling whatever day I'm on. Of course, if you are in the city of Houston, sometime in November, December, be on the lookout. We will be having some sort of holiday event for Paid in Full. We're working on the venue and the date right now, so we'll be putting that out on social media soon. Where we can get together, play some pop on some house party type shit. You know what I'm saying? And of course, make sure you stay connected to the Soul Curators podcast, which I am honored to be a part of. So stay connected to me there. Everything is MrGoodbar.com. If you can't remember none of that stuff I just said, just go there. All right. So look, it's dope conversation, y'all. Thank y'all so much for taking time out to share your thoughts and perspectives on the goings on in music world. People been wanting to hear what we got to say about stuff, and we got a lot more, but time can only let us do so much. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode of the Soul Curators podcast, season 4. We'll be back with some more fire. Until next time, shout out to the MPN Network. Thank you for being a home for us, and for y'all checking it out. Please don't forget, go to the SoundCloud, Soul Curators Podcast, SoundCloud, and get you some vibes together, and make sure you follow everybody on this platform, all right? Till next time, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Curators Podcast, powered by the MPN Network. You can check us out on all streaming platforms where podcasts are available.